Everyone tells cafe owners to work smarter, not harder, but sometimes the maths only works if you work harder, and there's no smarter option left on the table, which is exactly why a lot of cafe owners end up working 70-hour weeks. And here's the bit that hurts most. Once you break down what that actually pays per hour, it's often less than the minimum wage. So today we're going to run some numbers and see why this happens so we can do something about it. Now, for a time this happened to me. When I opened my own cafe, during the first few weeks, daily sales came in at less than half what I'd projected. I remember walking back to the car after a 15-hour shift and running the numbers in my head. If sales stayed where they were, then there was really only one option left: for me to work as many hours as it took to cover costs. Now, thankfully that didn't last. Sales climbed back past break even within a few weeks and kept growing from there. And every month after that gave me a bit more room on the roster. In that situation, I wasn't choosing to work those hours because I love punishment. It's because it was the only variable left that would make a big enough impact. Let's break down why. So a cafe has three big costs eating into sales: cost of goods, that is the cost of ingredients, labor, and rent. Now, rent is usually fixed. You've signed a lease, that number doesn't move whether you sell one coffee or 1,000. Cost of goods can be managed, but it's roughly tied to what you're selling. Labor is the one with the most flexibility, and that's exactly why it becomes the pressure valve when times are tough. Here, let's run an actual example. Let's say you're doing $12,000 a week in sales. Cost of goods sits at 35%, labor's at 35%, and rent is at 9%. Now run that through and you're left with around $85,000 a year to pay yourself and, pay off any debt you've got. Now, if you're working around 40 hours a week, and if we ignore paying off loans for a minute, that works out to around $43 an hour. Now let's imagine something completely unexpected, that costs creep up over time. Ingredients, dairy, packaging, it all adds up. Your rent comes up for renewal and that jumps up. Wages have gone up too, and you still need people to cover those shifts. Now add it up and your costs alone have jumped up by over $1,000 a week. Sales haven't moved, but profit has dropped from $85,000 a year to $35,000 a year. Now, to get back to the same level of profit we had before without putting prices up, then you go with the option a lot of cafe owners fall back on, and that's to cut back on staff hours and work more hours yourself. Now, labor drops from 4,500 down to 3,600, but now you're working 70 hours a week for around the same profit you were making before any of this happened. And you're earning just under $23 an hour. Now, when you compare that to the $26 minimum wage in Australia right now, well, it hurts. And it's not because you're serving fewer customers. Costs just crept up and you ended up working almost double the hours to get there. Now, of course, working like this isn't sustainable and it isn't how things should be. It's really a sign that things need to change. Now, I wish I could give you one magical solution to this problem, but getting this under control typically doesn't come down to just one thing. It's usually a combination of things that need to change across pricing, menu, workflow, and so on. Now, it's more than I can get into in this video. That's why I've put together a free workshop that goes deeper on the key numbers that you really need to understand to take control of profit. Now, part of this session, I run through the examples using a profit calculator that I put together. And that's what I use to crunch the numbers we just went through. And you can use it too for free at the same link down below. So you can plug in your own numbers, compare scenarios, test your ideas, and find out what you should focus on first. Now, this process can be just as useful whether you're planning a new business, looking to buy a business, or if you're already up and running and stuck in the situation we just went through. But it really starts with getting visibility on the key numbers that drive profit, and then understanding what you can adjust to move things in the right direction. Now look, I get it. Nobody opens a cafe dreaming about doing maths on the minimum wage. Getting control of your time is not about avoiding hard work. Early on, every cafe owner puts in the hours, but there's a difference between choosing to invest hours to build something and then only discovering years in that the model can only survive if you keep working for free. I'll see you in the next one.